Coach. Thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor at M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Seattle Seahawks and the Baltimore Ravens. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty. And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. And that often runs you into a penalty. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23. And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level. On second down, Freeman. They find some open field here. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. He'll wind up getting 11 on that one. And that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there. On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it. I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done. He'll buy some time right. Incomplete. It appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield, try to hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though. Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback. If he was going to his left, a little bit tougher. Exactly. A 2nd down throw for Prescott. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. But he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Here's Beckham. Muscles him off. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Jackson and the Ravens come up now, 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 All right, now, lucky 56.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. They've got his man complete. A good pickup there, 26 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Detroit! Detroit! Leopard! Leopard! Gone! 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 Gone!
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. Being chased out left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Second and 10. Here's Jackson again. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Call it a gain of 5, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. We got 3. We got 3, fellas. We got 3. Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Gone!
And Jackson throwing once more. Now he's flushed out right. And that's caught by Smith. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So, 2nd catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So, if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game, too. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. They've been stuffed twice here for losses. Now it's 3rd and goal. From the gun, Jackson, and they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Bobby Wagner with a big-time sack on 3rd down, and it'll be a loss of 7. And Tucker's kick right there, it's good, and the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team, I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback. A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Prescott now on 2nd down. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield as it turned out. Couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now Prescott. And he comes back with one complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Flushed out right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Here we go, 46. Here we go.
2nd down, Prescott. Wide open receiver complete. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call.
Here we go, 46.
Prescott now. And he gets it down to the 32. That'll be a gain of 15 yards. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Oh, that was never on target. It's no good. Wide to the right, and this score will stay right where it is.
It looked good when it left his foot, but he kind of sliced it a little bit, and he winds up missing it wide right.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. And he's got some space here. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a 1st down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. A first down carry for Smith. And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On second down, here's Smith. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Gone!
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Watch him now, Barney!
And now Jackson will look to throw it. Eluding the pressure right. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down. He'd had some success as a runner previously on this drive, just not as much space there that time.
Yeah, this time when he pulled it down, they were ready for him, so I think he's going to have to fling a few in order to open up that running lane again.
Detroit!
From the gun on third down, Jackson. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Man, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive, missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you know, you've put something out there, you've given yourself a chance, you're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the post. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
We got three. Here we go.
A second down throw for Prescott. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. Under 4 to play now. Clock running. Third down.
Here we go. Here we go, 46. Gun. 46.
Prescott from the gun. Well, the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one goes for 36 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Gun!
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Gun! 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 Gun!
To throw is Jackson. Going to throw again. Flush to his right. That is incomplete.
Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Jackson will throw again. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Barkevius Mingo in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. The crowd maybe losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Two minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Baltimore after this. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Prescott looks to throw on first. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Prescott again. He goes underneath to Freeman. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. To throw is Prescott. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in the good defensive position, able to affect the play.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive.
Detroit! Detroit!
Jackson on first down. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Following the interception, here's Prescott. Flushed out right. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Prescott now from the 50. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Prescott on first down. And he's got his man on the out route. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. And again, it's Prescott. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Throwing, Prescott. And this is caught at the 8. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. First down now, but that clock rolling.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Prescott yet again. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. The Seahawks on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and goal. They'll throw again. Prescott. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Ito Smith. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Now it's Jackson. It's brought in complete. It's John Brown. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A very solid gain of 27. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. A handoff to Smith. And he's got this down to the 35. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, look at 56. Look at...
Now Jackson on 2nd down. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is.
And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Barkevious Mingo in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Get to the football. It's blocked.
Love the effort there. I mean, to get a field goal block in this situation because they knew what was going on. They give up those 3 points there. It's now a 2-possession game.
Yeah, that really changes the complexion here in the second half, doesn't it?
It really does. And now you give your team more than a fighting chance and a little momentum. Terrific job by them setting the tone and picking up their defense.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away. But it does get away and it's 2nd down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. A 2nd down throw for Prescott. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And a grab made by Doug Baldwin. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down.
Gun. Here we go, 46. Here we go, 46. 26. 26.
They're indeed going for it. It's Prescott. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Denzel Perryman in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Detroit!
Trying to get the run game going. Here's Smith. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They go play action with Jackson. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. From the gun, Jackson. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
They'll run it again with Smith. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
Leopard!
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So that one is his 3rd of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, but 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Prescott now. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. It'll be a gain of 16 for number 16.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
It's coming now.
Now a handoff. It's Freeman. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Number 46.
Second down, Prescott. Going left side, it's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That one goes for 24 yards. Prescott now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4.
Here we go, 46, 46. Gun.
Prescott now on second down. That is caught inside the 5. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
The Seahawks on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. Here it's 3rd and 2.
26.
A handoff, Devontae Freeman. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Devontae Freeman with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Seahawks able to make this a close game again. So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. This will be taken very short. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback, because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Detroit! Detroit! Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
On second down, Jackson. Over the middle, complete. That's Andrews. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
Jackson. forced out to, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Frank Clark, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
On second down, here's Jackson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. They shakes him off. He can run for it, and he will. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. 4th down. Here's Jackson. And that is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Boy, you talk about not playing it safe. Why were they going for it there, Charles?
It's got to be a full evaluation of their team. Do they trust their defense in this situation? Maybe they think they've given all they can in this game and they don't have anything left. Do they not trust that the other team's quarterback is just so hot that no matter where they get the ball, they go downfield? Remember when Bill Belichick went for it in that game, right, against Indianapolis on the road? And everybody said, why'd you go for it there? I think he just thought to himself, on the other side, if they get the ball, they're going downfield anyway. He was trying to end the game right there with his own offense.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
Here we go, 46. Here we go, 48. Here we go, 46. Here you go.
Prescott to throw it. He finds his man, Baldwin. 9 yards on the play and a 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
Switch his leg. There you go. 48. Here we go, 46. 46.
Prescott from the gun. Escaping the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. Well, pretty good coverage there. And both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it. And in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
46. 26.
3rd and long for Prescott. Oh, no, he lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Beckham, the return. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. And the Ravens taking the field. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Hot! Hot!
Again, it's Smith. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. After the penalty, it's Smith. And he's got room. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Trailing in the fourth, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They go back to the ground with Smith. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Hot!
Here's Jackson looking to throw on 2nd down. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the fourth quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Here's a give to Smith. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. The pitch goes to Smith. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 8.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Hot!
Now Ito Smith. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Ito Smith with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Ravens will add on to their lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And out now come the Seahawks. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Prescott. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. First down now, but that clock rolling. Now Prescott. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Here we go, 46.
Here's Prescott. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. Here's Prescott. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. They just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. Prescott to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 23.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now, first and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
They begin with a run by Smith. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It'll go as a gain of 12, and that should just about wrap this one up.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10.
Here we go now.
They keep it with Smith on first down. And he's across the 43 extra yards to the 43. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee, and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Baltimore, they continue to roll as the win gets them to 12-2 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, their slim playoff hopes are gone now as they fall.
Up and I'm feeling like a boss right now. I woke up and I'm